Mic is working. We're ready to go. We're back with another episode of Pedcast, episode number 5. We thank you all for sticking with us through the previous ones. Hope you're enjoying them all. We're hoping to get another one out this week as well on Friday, so that's a pre-announcement for that one. That one will be a good one. You'll find out who it is in the due course. But no, we are here today joined by EUG. We've got Braddock, the owner, and Avelios, the moderator. How are we doing today, guys?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you doing, Pat?
I'm doing very, very good. Very, very good. Been a busy day. Non-stop, scrim, cast, pedcast. So it's been an eventful evening, to say the least. But we're finally ready to get down to the business end of things and finish off with a bang. And what hopefully is a very good podcast, a very entertaining podcast. So no, without further ado, I'll give a little rundown about how the day is going to go. So as per usual, we have the 5 topics today, starting off with organisation, background and information, pushing on to the owner and Avelios in this case is background and information, achievements and ambitions, staff team and playing teams, and one or the other questions at the end, which is a little bit of fun. Should have caused a little bit of controversy and can be used for me for all the short form content and make me rich and famous and, you know, stack all the dollars. Which I'll also send to you guys as well, don't you worry about it. I'll send you all my edited clips. But no,
Okay.
It's not just going to be me benefiting from this, guys. You get to join in on it as well. But without further ado, I think we'll just jump straight into to topic number 1. So the way it can work, guys, you can both bounce questions off each other. You can both answer a question. It doesn't need to be one or the other. You can both put input on it and see what you can do. I know, Avelios, you've been there for a long time anyway, and now you're a mod. And Braddock, obviously, you were one of the founders of the org, and you stuck with it, and you're still going with it now. So it's good to see. But without further ado, when did you first get the idea of creating the organisation, Brad? Now, I know there's a couple of you, and Taifu was involved very much so at the start as well, so I don't know if he was involved in the idea at all, but where did the idea sprout from? Where did it come about from?
Yeah. Well, before I met EK and Tifu, we were in a different org as a team. It was Emerge Gaming back then. It's called Novus Vita now.
Okay.
And that's how I met EK, and me and EK just decided, like, let's try and recreate something like this. So we got inspired by Novus Vita. Yeah, I think that's where the idea came from, and Tifu joined in as a mod at the beginning, I think. So that's how the team got created.
Okay, fair enough. Completely forgot EK existed, to be honest.
Yeah, he had a bit of a halt to it. He was really busy with life, and me and Tifu picked it up.
Yeah, no, it's understandable. Obviously, when I was there, it was Tifu and yourself. So they're the ones I remember. I do remember EK now. Come to think of it as well, being around. So no, that's good. So how long have you guys been in operation for? Then how long have you been running?
We've been running for, I think, 2 years now, close to 2 years maybe. We've been active and inactive at some points. I think after the last season of ECC, we had a bit of a dip for 3 months, but now we're trying to get it back running again, especially with a lot of leagues running at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a good time for you.
Yeah.
Definitely a good time to jump on the bandwagon as well. Now, I remember I was obviously a player of EUG, a captain of one of the teams, and you know I was with that for that ECC season. It's probably a year ago now, actually, when we first joined around about. So that's mad how fast time goes, to be fair. But no, it was a crazy season, good org to be in. So it was a good environment. Good to see it's back on the up. So what games are the org involved in?
Yeah, it's mainly focused on Rocket League. It's we play other games with each other, but not esports related. So our rosters are only focused on Rocket League.
Yeah, well, straight to business then. That's good. Rocket League, sticking with the one, making sure it gets strong. I mean, I guess, is it ever in aspirations to expand, or is it just going to be sticking primarily to Rocket League for the time being?
Well, for me personally, I would rather stick to Rocket League because it's my main game, and I don't feel like expanding to it. But maybe Avelios has a different vision on it.
I mean, the only other games I really play is Trackmania, so I'd love to see that at some point, but it's not a huge esport, so depends how big it gets and how possible it would be to enter it, really.
Yeah, I mean, anything can happen at any given point, right? You might someday, Braddock, wake up and go, "Oh, Rocket League's not my game anymore. I want to go and play Valorant." You never know. One of those might come about. things.
I hope not.
You never know. You might be a sharpshooter with the mouse. You never know. But no, it's good. You know, you got your aspirations stuck on one game. Maybe another couple coming on board as you go along. But no, it's good. It's good to keep your focus in one place, and can definitely help if you're putting all hands towards one deck to improve it. So, how did you come up with the name Essence Unified Gaming, EUG for short?
To be honest, I tried to contact EK about this because he yeah, got this name,
Yeah.
and he made all the logos and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I don't even know how I said I wanted something with gaming at the end,
Okay.
but he just caught up with these two words in front of Essence and Unified,
Okay.
and that's how we got there. Really random, but
Yeah. No, I mean, hey, whatever works. I mean, it's definitely a name that sticks out. It's different. No other team has that name. I'd be surprised if they did. It's very, very unique. You know, a lot of names are taken these days. You've got, like, for example, even Tizen. My org was taken by about 9 different other brands and companies around the world. So it's good to have one that's
really,
a bit more unique. Yeah, randomly Tizen Windows cleaning services, Tizen web developers,
wow.
all sorts of crazy stuff going on with that. But so yeah, it was wow. Yeah, I mean, even a name as random as that, which has no meaning, can still mean that. But no. There you go. How did you come up with the name? That's the answer. And did they all have any previous names? Did you go through like a baby phase where you were calling it everything under the sun?
No. Since the beginning, we stick to EUG, so never changed. Not even the logos has changed. Maybe the colors a bit for some teams, but nothing has changed for that part.
It's fair enough. So we know basically you touched on it before, but who designed the team's logos then? Was it just EK
Yeah,
alone, or did anybody else?
yeah. That's just EK alone. The new ones have been redesigned by Callum,
Okay.
so as far as I know, but like the original ones are made by EK himself.
Is that our nice Welsh boy, Mr. Callum? By any chance?
Oh, what did you say?
Is that my nice Welsh boy, Mr. Callum?
Yeah, it is. It
I
is.
remember
He's
Mr.
been
Callum.
busy with uni now, but he did some redesigning for the logos. We needed some new colors because we switched around some rosters and
All right.
some new things. So
Add splash a bit of colour on it. Good stuff.
yeah,
Good stuff. Keeping it nice and simple. Some people go away with the whole AVI sort of thing and mess about with all that, but no, just keeping it simple, keeping it standard. You know, that's what's going to be remembered at the end of the day. Simple and standard. But no, that was a quick brief run through. We've got through that one very, very nicely through the organisation background information. So what have been your like biggest regrets so far then? Let's just go biggest regrets. What do you think you could have done better? Obviously you mentioned a couple of stop starts happening.
yeah.
But is there anything else aside of that you think you preferred to do a different way now you've been through it, or what?
Yeah, I think the start that I made, take it more seriously at the beginning. I think I was just lacking the maybe even the confidence to be the manager for the people, like saying things out loud and being there.
Yeah.
I think I left it a bit too much to either Tifu or EK or the other mods that we have back then.
Yeah.
So maybe I should on a personal level I should have done that differently. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's all part of the process, you know. It's trying something I'd assume is new to you as well. Starting the org and managing people does come with the job, and you know it's something that needs to be learned. It's not a skill that's just dropped upon you and given. You know, even I had to go through a long time of social awkwardness to even get to the point where I am today, where I can speak to anybody through the phone, not in real life. So if you come and see me in real life at Insomnia, you're not getting spoken
We're
to.
still gamers.
You'll get a couple of words out of me. That's about it. And then I'll be on my way drinking my Lucasade and speak to some other person for 5 seconds until I have like a 5-second rebound rate basically. So I'll be going around everybody. But no, it's good. It's good to have regrets. I mean, I think it's probably better to have regrets 2 years in anyway than to not have any. Otherwise, you know, they'll start to come eventually. So it's good to learn from mistakes, and you know that's one of the biggest things that the professionals and higher ups tell you need to make to actually make it that as far as possible. You've got to be knocked on the backside a couple of times before you climb back up. So it's good to hear you've gone through that and you've learned and you've adapted yourself, I'd assume, to that sort of position as being the leader, being the runner, and making sure you're the one commanding and making sure the team's following behind you, giving them inspiration and stuff like that. So it's good. It's good to see. But no, we'll move on to the next topic then. So it's just, well, owners and I've background and information. So how old are you both now?
I feel you can start with this one.
I'm 20 at the minute, 21 in June, so not the oldest, but in esports terms, it's
Boomer.
still there, yeah.
Yeah, just hanging on by the skin of your teeth. What about you, Braddock?
I'm 21 at the moment. So yeah, we're
True
close
boomer.
with each other, Ivy.
Yeah. So, how old were you both when the team was created, and or when you got involved with the team?
Yeah, I think I was 18 or 19. Yeah, 19 for sure.
What about you, Avelio?
Yeah. I mean, I was also 19 when I joined, but that was obviously about a year after it was actually created. Although I have now, I think, been in the org a year. So
Fair enough. Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. You've probably been around the same time as me. To be fair, you joined in with Senza and Jom after I had my period with Senza, so yeah,
yeah,
that's definitely just a little bit after me. And I was about, well, time goes so fast, you can't even remember at this point. I've done my GCSEs since then, passed them and gone to work, so it's been a long time ago, really, in terms. That's how fast life goes sometimes, and wow, it doesn't stop. It definitely doesn't stop for anybody. But no, so what did you do before creating the organisation then, both of you? Or what were you doing before involved with the organisation for you, Ive?
for
Yeah.
me, to be fair, it was very early in my Rocket League, experience. I literally only joined RSC as a league and done Uni Rocket League due to someone in RSC called Mistful, my goat. He is the only reason I'm here, really, because without him, I wouldn't have got into any sort of esports at all. Um,
Yeah.
I only really, I was like champ one, and I just thought I'm rubbish at this game and never really going to play esports. But the grassroots level has really helped me get into it.
No, and I mean, it's where everybody started. I mean, for me, it was a long time ago in IGL, that good gorgeous league about 3 years ago now was when I played my first split. So it's been a long time, and it's weird to actually think that's how long it's been. 2023 came around the corner so fast, and it's already going so fast. We're already nearly in April. It's madness.
Yes,
It's
it is.
how time flies by when you're not in school. It does just you just have to take a second to step back and go, oh my word, look at the amount of time that's gone by. But no, it's good. It's good. So what about you then, Braddock?
I think before the org, yeah, I played on Emerge Gaming back then, Novus Vita now, a couple years. I think I played there for 2 years, part of the community a lot,
Yeah,
and had a good time there. And before that, I didn't competitively play any Rocket League.
yeah.
To be honest, I was Diamond or something, and I didn't take it that seriously. Once I hit Champ 1, I think, or Champ 2, I started taking it more serious. And since then, I'm still hardstack GC1 now. So
We're gonna be
Still
stuck
aerial
somewhere.
like a champ one.
Gotta be stuck somewhere. Eh? They beat us in game one of ERS. Can't complain. But no, I mean, it was a merge gaming of Limis's org. Was Limis involved with that at all?
Uh, how did you call him?
Limis, Limis.
I don't know. No, I don't think so.
I can. I have a feeling that I've been involved in before. Was there any Project Rise stuff going on with them or anything like that back in the
Ooh,
day?
I don't remember any of those. Like the owners now are still the same people like they were back then.
Who's in
A lot of
charge?
it's do you know Uno reverse card?
Okay.
Yeah, he's been really important for that
Is that the
for that.
Novus Vita or?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
Novus
that's the
Vita.
same team. Okay, yeah, no, I know in a reverse card. I know the owners. Yeah, no. It's a different org that I was thinking about. Or maybe I'll say it from the start, you never know. But no, I know Novus Vita. We beat them
Yeah,
in a day. No, they're joking. No, that's good. Good to see. I mean, you've been involved for quite a while then in the Rocket League sort of scenario in organisations then. So, well, when exactly did you start again?
well, like with competitive Rocket League or more the org.
With competitive Rocket League.
Yeah, I think that was in 2019.
All right, yeah. Early
Yeah.
bloomer then into the scene. Still GC1 though. That's a shame.
Yeah, not spending my time correctly, I think.
Yeah. Should have spent more time in free play, Braddock. What are you doing?
Yeah, way too much, way too much.
No, well, there you go. No, I mean everyone has different progression paths, and you've been here for a long time. You're like a godfather, a grandfather of the Rocket League grassroots esports scene, I guess, especially with all the older leagues starting to fall apart, like IGL. I don't know whether RSC was even around. I don't think it was back then. Maybe very early seasons. ERS as well was probably not really. Then again, IEL maybe or ERLS, whatever it was at the time, possibly around. I don't know if you can recall any leagues that were around when you were back playing.
Ooh, I don't know. The only thing that I remember from being in the roster there when I was at Champ 2, I think, was just grinding ranked until you maybe hit GC, and then that was your season objective with the org as well.
Fair enough. Fair enough. No, I mean, you gotta love it. You gotta love the old-fashioned org style because I know that's definitely been the backbone to what's been created today and progressed with, especially as the esports scene around the world's progressed and more money's been shoveled in. Unfortunately, not to the EU grassroots scene, but we can keep complaining and eventually it'll come. I can only hope. But no, that's good to hear. It's very good to hear. So who inspired you then to create the org? I know you mentioned it a bit before, but who else, who in total was the one to inspire you to come into EUG and to do what you're doing?
Yeah, that's tough. I think it's definitely gonna be well, yeah, it's tough. Like yeah, it's gonna be Tifu. Like his mindset back then, especially with doing stuff like that, was so good. I
Yeah,
think, especially if you look at the org now, that we would not be anywhere close to where we are now today without him. Especially he's done such a massive job when we were still active before that dip. It's insane if you think about it. So
yeah.
it's either Tifu or EK. I think the three of us just was working well together, and that's how it went.
No, I mean
Yeah,
it's
I'd
good.
agree,
Good
honestly.
to complement each other. So, what about you, Velios? What inspired you to become part of the staff team? I know you were a player for quite a while, but what made you make that jump to
Yeah.
mod?
Honestly, it was during the huge. It was during that dip where nothing AECC had just ended and nothing was really happening. So I wanted to try and get the org back on its feet again, try and help. And
Yeah,
I mean, it seems to have so far succeeded. But I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see what happens in the future.
yeah.
But yeah,
No, I mean it's good. It's good to have. Most definitely, it's good to make that jump as well because I think you learn a lot from being even just a moderator and doing some jobs around an organisation because a lot of people don't realise the work that goes into the organisation until you're part of the staff team, and that's when you can sort of see, oh wow, they're actually that is why certain breaks need to be taken by Braddock and EK and Taifu because it is hard work. It's not easy work owning an organisation. It definitely does cause a lot of stress at times. You can get on the wrong end of the stick from the players sometimes as well. They can start calling you all sorts of names under the sun. It's hard not to respond. It's hard not to be toxic, and sometimes it can make you an unhappy person depending on situations going on in the org. But it's good to see you coming back though. It's good to see that you keep a positive mentality and you're keeping that forward motion going. But at the moment, it doesn't look like any turns back at the moment. So it's good. It's very good
I
to.
think that's something that some people underestimate as well, and you know it as well, of course, Pat. You've been part of Tyson as a
Yeah,
leader
yeah.
as well. Like the mental aspect of managing or moderating rosters and teams, it's pretty tough, especially if you find a roster for example, and they are really and like really excited to go for it, and then after 2 weeks they just drop off, and you fixed everything for them. It happens so much. It happens a lot.
Yeah,
Stuff like that.
yeah, yeah. I mean, to be honest, that's exactly where the path I went down in the past month or so of my reign as a zoner. It started off with me becoming lazier and not doing as much work, and nothing was getting done. And then players moan, and then you start responding because you just lost it completely, and it gets to a point where you've lost all the friends that you thought you had, and you've pissed people off, and you just want to get out of there really. And that's why I chose to step down at that time and separate myself because I thought it's not being a positive impact on my life at the moment. It's not helping anyone with me still being there. It's just causing more problems. So it's best at the moment just to stand down and hand the reins. And it's going well so far. It's still alive. Maybe not doing as great as it was once before when I was trying to put as much work as possible into it. But it was an unrealistic amount of work to be put into an organisation, especially with GCSEs and school and that sort of stress and pressure put on me.
Yeah.
So I used that summer essentially just to relax and have a break and take time off. And I know you guys as well want to have a life outside of your computer. As hard as it is to believe that gamers want to go outside, but there must be some element of socialising that you guys wanted to do. And I know Taifu, I think he has misses and stuff like that as well. So there's obviously many other circumstances going on
Yeah.
around the board. But it's good. It's good to take a break sometimes because it also gives you time to reflect on what's gone wrong and what to improve on. So I think it's also a very, very useful skill that's underrated at the moment. A lot of people don't like to take a break. They think it's a sign of weakness, but really it's a sign of strength. Just have to use it the right way.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
But no. So how did you get into the esports scene then? What was the first game you seen as an esport? What was the first time? Was it when you were a kid? You were looking at a pro player winning loads of money, or what got you both into esports?
No, for me,
Oh, Brad.
yeah, this is gonna be a funny thing to say as a manager of a how we say the grassroots roster, but
Yeah.
or organization. But I'm not really into the esports scene.
Oh, okay.
I'm managing the rosters and trying to keep it, well, not trying to keep it alive, but trying to keep it running as much as possible. And we have RCS channels in our Discord, but I don't understand any of it. I don't know that much players. I don't really watch it that much, but I think that's why I have the moderators and other managers around me to help me with that. So the first game I watched probably, or the first pro player, I think. Is what is he really called? Before I say a stupid name, let me yeah, Chronovi. Yeah. Okay. I didn't say
When did you
something
see
stupid.
Chrono? Did you see him recently, or did you see him more in the past? Because I know he's been around. He was one of the OGs.
Oh yeah, like the early days, because I started playing Rocket League since 2015, so
Okay.
I saw him in the early days.
That's good. At least you got some knowledge on it then. I mean, the modern stuff, EU bores me. I must admit, I'm more involved in APAC and SSA because they're minor regions, and I think the minor region story is a lot more exciting. So
Yeah.
I spend most of my time in those minor regions and looking at SSA and APAC and SAM, MENA. They're all important. Arguably more important, especially in APAC, because if that grows in APAC, then fucking hell, we'll have a massive major region of APAC because of all the players around there. It's one of the biggest regions for esport in general. So I'm sure Rocket League can catch on as well in the same way. The progression they've had since Tokyo Verdy made a major spot, and now they've got the Gaming Gladiators. They have Virtuoso and Kami in those, and Realize in a team there who didn't make the major spot. Instead, it was LCT, OSM, and
I can't believe that.
I know whoever else the other teammate is. I can't remember. Oh dear, it's not often I don't remember. Ooh, that's a sticky one.
Maxu?
Yeah, something like that. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yes, yeah. Totally remember him. I don't even think I've passed the series he's been in, to be fair. But no, yeah.
No, I can't think of it now.
Yeah, well, you have to set something up and get back to me on that one because I need to know. But before we go into topic 3, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to jump into a short break. Ped is thirsty. Ped needs to go and get a drink. I've not drank through a cast. I've not drank through a scrim. I need to drink now for this Pedcast because I'm speaking too much. I'm going to speak too much. My throat decides to act like a Saharan desert. So we'll be back with you just after a short break. Tell your friends, get the word out there that Pedcast is live and a very interesting. Next couple of questions are going to be coming for EUG. So if you want to find out more, you want more people to find out more, make sure you get this out on all your social channels and make sure your friends are involved in this as well. But I'll hope to see you all after the break and we'll be right back. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Back, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Thank you very much for sticking with us in the break there. A bit longer than anticipated. I'm still on the search to try and find my mysterious hoodie that has disappeared in the wash. So the wash machine must have ate it, obviously. I mean, it only cost me 30 quid, but it was down from 90. My nice little Lacoste jacket. Need it for holiday! Holiday next week. That's why we're doing more content this week, if anyone's wondering. But no, we're back now. Topic 3. Did you get a good break, gentlemen? Get a good break? Get a good breath of air in?
Yeah, I did at least. I don't know if Ivy did, but
I was too busy yapping on.
Hyperventilating. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, no, I mean, these questions are pretty straightforward, and I think you should have answers for the majority. So this is achievements and ambitions. So, what have you achieved so far?
well, Ivy, go ahead.
You're me, go ahead, alright. I mean, so far, as from my knowledge of the rosters, which, I mean, I know a decent bit because I like to follow it all around. We've not won anything as an org yet, but we almost always make playoffs as teams. And obviously, our eventual goal is to, in all these competitions we're in, to win them eventually, obviously. When it comes to things like ECC, we've sort of when ECC was a thing, we sort of I think EG Charlie, and at the time it was Echo, I think, was in it. Echo didn't do amazing. I think they were bottom of their group. Actually, I think Foxtrot were in it as well. I think both of those two teams were put in a tier a bit too high for what they realistically should have been, and just got absolutely slapped about. And then
Yeah.
I think Delta did all right, if I remember correctly, didn't they? They were sort of like a mid-table, because I know you were in there still then.
Yeah. Well, no, Delta did all right. What do you mean? We won 8 and
I
lost
can't
1.
remember how Delta did.
We won 8 and lost 1.
Oh, did you?
And
Okay.
finished second with the best.
That was your teammate. That was. I don't remember that.
You weren't my teammate, were you?
No, I said that was your team.
Oh, no, we went
I
8
don't
and
remember.
1, 8 and 1, and finished second to a team who went 7 and 2.
Lovely.
Don't know how, don't know why, but nevertheless, we lost playoffs because I was on holiday. So
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
again on holiday.
I have some things still here, like the Turner League playoffs. Do we remember those? Ben,
Oh,
you
I
should
remember-
remember.
yeah, Turner League.
You should remember those.
Oh, we didn't do too bad actually in tournament league playoffs.
No, you ended 4th with Delta.
Yeah, we ended 4th. We went on a. We should have theoretically won the division, but again, we had Nature disappear on a holiday for 6 weeks. Had to bring in Yorres. Didn't work well, so we ended up bringing Nature back and beating the first game 3-1, and went on a low bracket run, beating the league leaders, Winter Riots, in a sweep, and beat Golden Wing, who were top of our table 3-1. So we wiped out the big dogs, and then got swept on stream embarrassingly by Mesopotamia's team, who have now to this day swept twice in league play via ERS. So,
Yeah, Foxtrot ended up being 2nd. They went to the final.
yeah, Lika carried.
Liga did carry.
He was crazy that day.
Lika played very well.
He was the
that game.
MVP. Yeah, he was the MVP of the whole tournament.
Yeah.
The tournament
Yeah.
league. It was good. It was
And
alright.
the other, what?
Sorry, what was that?
Sorry.
And we caught him mid-drink. We caught him mid-drink.
It was an alright. It was an alright. It was an alright season that for both EG teams, I guess.
Yeah, we did okay.
Probably should have won. Some teams should have won, but no, it
Yeah.
was good. Anything else to report on in terms of achievements?
I
I mean,
think
since
the amount of
gone.
members we have at the moment,
Yeah.
like
What
we
you-
grew again since we picked it up, and we are over 230 members at the moment in the Discord, and that's something that's good as well.
Yeah,
Quite a few active members as well.
just a few.
Yeah, just,
Quite a few.
Hey,
Just
it starts with 2 and then it goes up and up and up. You know what I mean? It's one of those situations. I mean, you know, it's good. It's
Yeah.
good. Any progress is good progress. No matter how big or small, you know, little steps before making big jumps. It's always important to remember that. You know, little steps to achieve big goals. At the end of the day, you don't want to rush into anything. You don't want to do anything not properly. So it's good. It's good to take your time with it. But what would you say about achievements in terms of just getting to where you are today as a whole, 2 years on?
like how we achieved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just the work of mainly Tifu and what I remember Abs.
Yeah, no,
When-
Abs was influential. Yeah.
Back when we were active with the leagues, when you were still in Delta, I think
many moons
with
ago.
the work of Tifu and Abs, we achieved all those things. Especially with Delta and Foxtrot, just sticking together and playing together, and growing in members as well. Stuff like that is mainly to thank because of them.
Yeah. I think it's good. It's definitely good. I know it's actually been a while since I was last in EUG. Fun fact, it's been quite a long time since I was in a team there now, and it's weird. It's weird to think that, because it has all gone so quickly. Since, you know, the server sort of bumbled a bit and we were unsure and sort of just, you know, took the time to. We didn't even play ourselves, to be honest, until we found 20R where we are now. But even then, now it's so different for us. I'm not playing with Nature or JPEG or any of those anymore. I've switched teams completely.
JPEG. I keep forgetting him.
He
I
was a very
remember.
forgetful player.
No. I remember Nature every time, but I keep forgetting JPEG. Like,
It was often that way. Yeah. I mean, the thing was, I think with that team, me and JPEG didn't click, and me and Nature clicked. JPEG and Nature clicked. So Nature made the decision to come with me, which I don't know if he'll say it was a good one. We've now split apart after quite a bad season of PCS, I'd say, not making playoffs, and you know, we went our separate ways. You know, I jumped to 1500, he stayed down in 1300. So it was time to move on and search for new avenues. But it's one of those situations, we played together for a solid year straight, through the whole of 2022. So he's a good lad, and I'll always jump in and have a chat with him at any point. But no, it happens like that sometimes. I'm sure you know that yourself, Braddock. Sometimes you just gotta let things go and move on.
And it's hard.
And it is, because it's weird not playing with the same person for days and days and end and all the laughs. But sometimes you just got to do what you think's best for you, and you just got to jump as far as possible. But no, I think very good indeed. No, so there's the first question of this topic. I went on a bit much there. How long did it take you to achieve the above then? So how long did it take you to achieve, getting the teams into a good standard? I mean, obviously it's a bit of a trick question because you have had your stop and start. So I guess it's a bit of a situational thing. I mean, how far did it take you to get to your first sort of stance where you're happy with the teams? And then how far has it taken you since the restart? Or are you there yet? Or do you want to go further? Or what's the plan now?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think the things that we achieved was done in 3 months with the rosters. Yeah, when we actively started again, it was done in 3 months, and we were happy then with the rosters we had and what they were achieving. And for now, yeah, we're not there yet, in my opinion. I don't know if Ivy looks different at that.
No, we realistically we've got 3 decent rosters, and still 2. One that's not really got going yet, and we still need sort of the higher ranked rosters that are quite hard to find.
Yeah.
So I'd say they're still something that can be worked on and built up, but the few rosters that are playing often, I'd say they're doing quite well at the minute.
Yeah. I think we have 2 rosters that are doing well. Those are still Charlie, the most. I don't know how long they have been there, but
9 months.
Yeah, exactly. 9 months and never fell apart, and they just keep on getting better. And now we have a new team called Cascade, so we have 2 GC1 teams.
Yeah.
With Lika in it as well. And with Colin, maybe some. No, Colin. He is my little brother, but he's been in the community for a long time as well.
Yeah.
And some new names that have been overwhelming positive. Tommy, new moderator as well. And we got Foxtrot, kind of semi-running at the moment, starting up. And still have the beta roster with Callum and Duncan, filled up by Lynx and Alex. But that's still a bit iffy at the moment. But Callum, like I said, is busy with uni. So, but we're not there. We need indeed the higher ranked players for the alpha and the main roster, and need the consistency of them scrimming together and playing leagues and tournaments.
Yeah, and I think it's important to remember, don't run before you can walk. You got to take it in time and do it in your own time. Don't feel you want to do it naturally. You don't want to rush in and force any decisions. I think it leaves you in a good position, because I think you definitely do have the ability to go far with it, and you've definitely been doing a good job so far, bringing it back. And it's not easy to start things up when it's gone dead. Let's say in the server and the channels and stuff, it's quite hard to bring it back like that, because you can't say you've got a nice active server anymore. But you've done a great job, and as we're talking about, you're starting to gain a bit of activity, you're starting to gain some more talkers and chat. That'll only increase from the point onwards, for you guys. And I think that's a really important thing for you as well, for progression and the org progression for the future. And if you carry on the same way, you'll get there. You'll find that roster. You'll find the right people to fill in that spot and that last piece to your puzzle. So no, it's good. It's good. It's good to hear that it's on track, but there's still more to do. It's always good to want more as well. Always be hungry for that next step, that next goal, that next achievement. It's good to have. So, where do you see yourself then in a year from now? What would be the ideal plan, and then what would be the realistic plan going forward?
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one as well. 1 year from now, what I hope from 1 year from now is that everything we lost at a dip is restored, definitely. So we got we now have 4 rosters. Let's say we then have well, let's say we have the 6 full rosters. So we have the alpha team existing of GC3s, and the main team of SSLs and higher going for the RLCS and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think that's a 1 year goal that should be possible from now on.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's not too bad. Either of you got anything to extend on that point of where you want to be in a year time with EUG and what you want to see happen?
Yeah, quite a big thing. That's quite a soon change. Hopefully, it's happening. The org is going to attempt to get into grassroots leagues like RSC and ERS. With me currently entering the org into the next RSC season, doing GM interviews and stuff. So hopefully by a year's time, we'll have had a season in both of them and still in it, still going strong.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a big step for everyone at ERS, RSC. I think for an organisation like you, it is a big step, because I think you start to gain a lot more traction when you touch into those channels, especially if you can perform well. And you can prove that you have the attributes required. And I think Braddock would have with a person like you on the sidelines, on the top, making sure that the teams are in order. Not really being the esports knowledge type of guy, but that's not important when it comes to management and player management and making sure everyone's doing the right thing and picking players. That could sort of be where you fit into that sort of circle. Because I think, as I've like myself and you, we both played ERS, we've both played RSC. So we know, I'm not sure if you're obviously in ERS, Brad, I'm not sure about RSC for you, but it's obviously a good place to be with an organisation, and a lot of players there, a lot of footfall for your server, and a good way to make new friends as well, meet new people. It's really good for that as well. So there's a lot of things that being in those leagues can benefit for an organisation. I'm sure it's something that you guys are looking to get involved in as soon as you feel ready.
Yeah, and that's the project that Ivilios and Apps are gonna work on. I decided to not get included in that because, like I said, I'm not really into the esports, like deep into the esports stuff like that, and even managing more teams with that. I think it's a good project for Ivy as well to do experience as for apps to do stuff like that, and for me to keep on focusing on the actual rosters we have at the moment and managing the org on the side of that.
Yeah, no, I think it's important. Yeah. It's important just to have the roles set out. I think one of my biggest difficulties with Tizen was actually knowing what roles to put where and which people to put where, and that was a big problem. So the fact that you've got it all set out and planned out is good. It does give good progress. It gives you a good position. So what do you want to achieve in the next few months then? Let's talk short term now. Where do you want to be in the next few months from this point?
Yeah, that's what Ivilio said. So the RSC and ERS thing is what they are working.
Are you going for the RSC next season, or is it the season after? What are you looking at there?
Yeah, I've got my GM interview for RSC tomorrow, actually. So hopefully we can get in then. That'd be lovely. There's a lot of stiff competition, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, you'll be fine. There's a lot of organisations that don't live up to expectations in those leagues, and that's the sad truth of it. There's a lot of organisations that sign up thinking they'll be the best and end up failing and folding. So, you just need to put in a good case. I mean, the fact you've been around for 2 years as well, it's good because it shows that even though you have at times stopped and halted in the spot, you've came back and you've came back stronger. And then that's something you should definitely mention, because I think it's important that they know all of you. You've been around for 2 years, you've had stops in between, but you've also came back every time the stopped, and it's still the same faces around, the same people making the difference every day. And I think that's important to actually have a successful structure. And I mean, even if Braddock's not directly involved with the RSC, it's still good to have him around and managing the server, because it means that you're not going to forget about the server in ERS and RSC, and it's still going to continue to grow in other avenues as well. And I think that's really important for the growth of an esports team, not just to get lost in those 2 leagues alone, and to look at the bigger picture. But I think that's a perfect answer. And I hope the interview goes well tomorrow. I hope you do well. I hope you get in.
Thank you.
And maybe you'll see me playing for you next season. You never know.
You never know.
Hopefully in the rival tier. I think I'll be in the rival tier.
Yeah, I thought so.
E05 must be. Need to sort me rank up this season, but we're not going to talk about where I am now. So this might be a bit of a bizarre question to you, Brad, because I don't know if you actually ever plan on this, but what do you want to achieve by the time you lay down the reins as owner of VUG?
Ooh, yeah. Well, I hope that's not gonna be soon. I at least plan on a couple more years, I hope, but that really depends on the situation, of course. But what I hope that I achieved well, I hope I achieved a community or an esports organization where everyone feels welcome and just can be themselves and have a good time with playing Rocket League or other games maybe by then.
Yeah.
But just a good. Well, it needs to be like formal a bit, but I hope it's just a good community at the end. Like that's how it started, with a lot of people here from the beginning. Like Abs is a perfect example. He's I think he's the 5th person that ever joined the Discord, and he's still here.
Yeah.
With an important role, of course, but stuff like that. Just a good community where people can chill if they want, and just be themselves.
Yeah. I was in the first 40 people, I think.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah,
I
definitely.
think I was in the first 40 people because I know I joined. The Nature joined completely. We split apart. Funny enough, me and Nature split apart after season 1 of the season 1 I played VCC with him, and then we got back together. So it was weird because I'd left and he's there. I was like, oh wow, Nature, hello, and then yeah, no, it was a good time. It did make you feel welcome. It was a good org. You know, Taifu was probably the most involved with our team at the time. He jumped in and gave us replay analysis. I think we probably played against your team more than we spoke to you, but you know, you were still around, so was EK, and it was sort of that community feel, as you were saying. I think as an owner, I know this is what I look back at Ties, and now I look back at it, it's still working. They've got more staff than they ever had, and you know, they're all still together, tight community. So even though I'm not involved in that anymore, even in a community sense, I know it's gone far. I can see that it's still going, and I can see that, you know, bright things are still ahead for the org, and I think, you know, that's the same for any sort of owner, any owner going into the end stages of their reign. What about you, Ive? Where do you want to be when you come and pack your bags and leave EUG?
I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. I'd like to stay as long as possible. Really, I don't see a reason why not. I'd like to see just the org grow in general. Really, hopefully, you know, selfishly, of won a few things as part of my team, and as part of being a GM in some of these leagues when we get into it eventually.
Yeah.
But just overall, yeah, it's similar to what Brad said. It's nice to just have a good community space to talk to people that also enjoy Rocket League.
Yeah. I think it definitely, especially at this level of organisation, it's always good to have the community backing as well. Just so even if it goes to pot with the esports side, at least you still have that community. At least you can still be friends and still chill with each other, playing other games, having a laugh. You know, that side of it's really important. I know EG always had that, to be honest. You know, you always had those active calls in general. Everyone was involved, the owners, the moderators, the people that weren't even in the org playing. You know, there's a big community aspect of it, playing Among Us or whatever else was around back then that people got you know, distracted with. But no, I think that's a perfectly good answer for a pretty difficult question, I'd say. So I think we're going to leave that one there, that topic, because a lot of the questions do sort of go over each other. So I think that's covered it all. So next is the topic for staff team and playing teams. I know you touched on the playing teams before, so if you want to just go over the staff team and who you've got working behind the scenes with you at the moment and who's making a difference for you.
Well, everyone is making a difference for me at the moment. Well, except of Alex, he's not doing too much, but I can't blame him. He's really busy at the moment.
The Irish lad or the Scottish lad? Scottish.
Yeah, the Irish lad, indeed.
Yeah. I played with him before.
Yeah, he's a nice guy, but he's a weird one, but he's busy as well. Like who we've got? Well, in the managing part, we got Tifu, Abs, and me.
Yeah.
But of course, Tifu and Abs being as important as it can be.
Yeah.
And they're both really busy. Like Abs is busy with the exams, and Tifu has some personal things going on. So, I mean, that's why I've got 5 moderators at the moment that are helping me out, or 6.
Yeah.
6 that are helping me out.
It's good to have.
Which we have Callum at social media, but it's on a hold at the moment, so more like GFX thingies. And Josh doing events since shortly we decided to get more events for the community. Started last week with a game night.
Yeah.
To keep that a bit going, but could also be some small tournaments for the community and stuff like that to keep more entertaining and stuff like that. The moderators we have Senza, Alex, Ivy, and Tommy. yeah, those are just the moderating the chats. But currently, it's not really that busy. But with the project that Ivy and Apps are working on with RC and ERS, if it goes as planned, we're gonna get it more busy and busy if we get into those leagues.
Yeah, no, I think that's right. I think it also, you mentioned before that you wanted to find the high ranked players. I think it's a perfect platform to do that. I think it's a perfect platform to build connections, build bridges, build relationships with these players, and then get them in your org. Because I know a lot of teams have done it that way. Like Shaman Esports, they've done the exact same sort of thing. Team Serene, they've done that sort of thing. So it's a big step, and honestly, I think it's a big step for the organisation. It's definitely the right direction to be going in as well. So that's good. So it's good to hear you've got those people in the back end as well. The 6 mods do help a lot. And even if you need a little task on here and there to get them involved in that and keep the community alive, keep it thriving, that's what you want really. That's all you need. But no, I think that's a really good finish to a team based questions. Anyway, that's really good indeed. So now we get to go to one of the other questions where these questions are exciting. These questions are going to be making a bit of controversy. So I say we get straight into it. So we'll do both views. So we'll start with Braddock first, then I, if you answer afterwards. So cats or dogs?
I'm a cat person.
Cats person.
I'm also a cat person.
Okay. Do you both own a cat?
Yeah, I do.
What about you?
I wish I did, but my parents and leather furniture don't mix. They don't mix.
Fair enough. Well, it's not often you get two people who prefer cats on the same podcast.
Yeah. It is rare.
So interesting. But now we'll move on to let's see, tea or coffee.
You go first, Ivy.
Tea.
Yes, same to be honest. I don't like coffee at all.
Yeah, no, I don't like coffee either.
Football or rugby?
I'll go ahead, Ivy. Oh, or me?
Yeah,
Wow,
you go.
I will say rugby.
I'm a football fan myself.
Who's your sport?
You can see in my photo Tottenham Hotspur. Believe me, I hate it as much as everyone else hates me for it. So
It's not going great at the moment, is it?
no, it's not. It's a pain to watch. But at least we're in the top division. Could be worse.
Fair play. Let's go someone to change up a little bit. So for Revelios, Rocket League or Trackmania?
Ooh. Ooh.
That's hard. That is, because at the minute I've got a real addiction to Trackmania. I'll say for esport, Rocket League. When it comes to enjoying games at the minute, with how rubbish ranked is, I'll say Trackmania.
Yeah, I don't really know what to ask to Braddock, to be honest, at this point. Like, I don't know what other games he plays.
That's boring.
Yeah, that's the issue I'm having right now. I don't have any other games to play, so for me it's just gonna be Rocket League. But
fair
to be
enough.
honest, I don't enjoy it that much either.
Yeah, fair enough. Gaming or sport?
Yeah, for me it's gonna be sport.
It's because you're good at sport.
It's not that I'm good at sport; it's because I do it a lot and I enjoy it.
Whereas I game a lot, so it'll always be gaming for me.
Fair play. What sport do you do, Braddock?
I play handball.
Handball? Oh wow, I wasn't expecting that. There's where the biceps come in for it then, I guess, Brad.
Well,
I was gonna say you're looking quite buff on your photo. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, this guy goes gym.
I said it to Ivy before. That was when I was at peak fitness, right there. But now I'm not at that point. A lot of injuries and stuff like that. So
Get back to the gym, you wimp.
I'm trying to. Ooh.
Nah. Well, I mean, it's good you play handball like at a competitive level, or whereabout you at with?
I did play it on a competitive level. I used to play the highest level in the youth academies for 3 years, and then I tried it at senior level, but got a lot of injuries. So I decided to step a division down. So I played second division for 2 years now. Now my team is delegating to a different division again because we're shit.
Yeah.
And now I'm switching to a different club again, and they have a team playing on the highest level, So I'm trying to climb back up at it again.
Fair enough. No, I mean it's an interesting one. I don't really meet handball players often.
I
Not
don't
many
think
of
it's
them
that
out there.
famous around there where you live.
No, I think we have a team, but it's not really. I mean, I've played handball before, but it's not it's not by any means easy. It's just when it's a bunch of high school lads going around playing handball, they're just trying to twat each other over the head with the ball. It's not really much of a sport at that point. It's more of a war. But no, no, it's an interesting one. I mean, that was all sport was cricket. Try and break the opponent's fingers. I'd hated that game because of how hard the ball is. You're just trying to dodge it rather than hit it. Use the bat as a protection tool. But no, cricket. Yeah, there's a lot of games played in England that are very questionable. But no, that's one of them. So I'll change one a little bit. LAN or online?
Ooh, Ivy, go ahead.
In what context? Isn't us playing? Because I'd love to play on a LAN, but
Let's do a player.
actually,
Let's do a player.
if I was playing, it'd be an all-time experience to play on a LAN. I mean, I went to London and loved it. If I was on a stage in that situation, it'd be insane.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think I can go or talk about this because I don't. I know what the difference is, but yeah, I think I would agree with Avilios comparing it with sports, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like I prefer playing in a stadium with a lot of people in there than like playing in a stadium with no people. So I would compare it with that, and would say LAN as well.
Yeah. So anyone in chat who has any questions, put them in now because I'm about to get to my last ones. If you have any questions, make sure you put it out so we get this get them said. But my one next is going to be a night in watching Netflix with some chocolate and crisps, or a night out with the lads.
Yeah, definitely a night out with the lads. I love love you. You can as EK. I think last Saturday night I was drunk in the call. Had too much Red Bull vodka, so yeah, I love.
You and Peak Deek are the same. Fair enough. What about you, Ive?
It's a difficult one. I don't go out often, but when I do, it's usually quite fun. So I'd probably say a night out. Night out, lads.
Fair enough. Yeah. Well, I guess it's something different then if it's not often.
Yeah, to be fair.
So it's good to get out. I'm not trying to say you're a loner or anything. That's not what, that sounds a bit.
That's why I play games, lad. That's why I play games.
Well, don't we all? Don't we all? Nah, what I was trying to say. I was trying to say it doesn't have an offer because you haven't got mates, but no. I think, yeah, that's probably the typical gamer response, to be honest. No, Armand, it isn't. So bugger off. Leave Velios alone. He's in my team. You slimy prick. Grape or pomegranate juice?
He's trying. That's an odd question.
He's asked this last time as well. It's the last game.
Did he?
Yeah.
I'll go grape.
What about you,
Oh
Brad?
wait, I need to translate the second word.
It's like the fruit with loads of black seeds inside, and it's orange. I think. No, it's pink. It's pink, is it? Pink?
I don't know. I don't know if we've actually seen a pomegranate before.
I know what a grape is, so I will just go for grape.
Yeah, grape. Would you prefer dark grape or green grape? Green or purple?
I prefer green.
I do. I like darker grapes, to be fair.
Okay. Right, this is one. I've got this one. Bread or toast?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be the typical Dutchie here. I'm gonna say bread.
I'll probably also go bread. I think, yeah.
England.
Toast is nice.
English. You call yourself English. Bread.
Yeah, I mean, if it's crumpets, I mean, I'll take that every day. But
Tea and crumpets. Typical. Sticking with the memo. Fair enough.
Yeah,
yeah, honestly, though.
Do you know hagelslag?
Eh?
Do you know hagelslag? We put that on our bread in the Netherlands. It's like small chocolates. So we put butter on our bread and then we put hagelslag on it.
It's just a makeshift pan of chocolate.
Yeah, probably.
That word sounds insane. What is that? Say that again.
I thought it said Harold's cock at first. I was a bit, I was a bit confused.
There goes my recording.
Yeah, no.
Anything can be cut out. No. Harold Slot. Is that what you say?
I don't know. It's hagelslag.
That's more Scouse than me.
It just sounded.
Dutch is such a weird language.
Yeah.
It's not even worth trying.
You have like like Wales in a way. You have like 3 A's in the row, some stupid shit like that.
Yeah, it's
He said
close.
some of the really stupidly long words he says to me sometimes.
You just sit there and shake your
He,
head.
he showed me some of the longest words in the Dutch language, and I just.
Do you want me to find one now? And
Yeah, go on. Yeah, go on. Whilst we're
Yeah,
here, mate,
please. Because that. Oh,
I'll
some of
try.
them. Go on.
I will try to say it as well because I probably have issues with it as well. It has 50 letters.
What?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
It's
that's
an
just
actual,
what I mean.
it's an actual like real life word, not like those weird stuff. It's aansprakelijkheidswaardevaststellingsveranderingen.
What does it mean?
Like, what is that? What is
I-
that?
I don't even know, mate. I could try to find one. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to explain these words because my English is not too good for that.
You can't explain them. Yeah.
I probably can't even explain them in Dutch, let alone be in
Fair enough.
English.
Fair enough. No. I mean, I'll leave you with one more question then. Cheese pizza or pepperoni pizza?
Ooh. Yeah,
Ooh. Go on, you go ahead.
yeah, it's easy for me as a Dutchie to say cheese pizza, of course.
Yeah.
We love cheese.
See, whereas for me, I like cheese pizza, but if I had some sort of meat, it's got to have some sort of spice with it, like a jalapeno or something. If it's got
Alright.
jalapenos in it, then I'll go for the meat.
Fair
But
enough.
without them, probably cheese.
Fair enough. I thought you were gonna say then. You see, I like cheese, but I love pepperoni. I thought that was gonna be the catchphrase there. But no, I mean, I've got just thought one more in my head, so I'm gonna have to leave it on this last question then. Cookie dough or chocolate brownie?
Oh, see now, I literally ate a brownie about 10 minutes ago. That was just sat waiting next to me. So I've got to say brownie.
Right.
I'm gonna say cookie dough.
Cookie dough, yeah, cookie dough's elite.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, especially in the Ben and Jerry's ice cream. That is-
Oh, mate, stop
Yeah,
it
to be fair.
already.
Oh man, that is beautiful. The flavour of that is just unmatched by any extent. The ice cream and the combinations. It's mwah.
Yeah, it's
Brilliant.
insane.
Yeah.
It's
Brilliant.
really good.
Brilliant. No, well, look, gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on this evening. It's been good to find out more about the org I was once in. I already knew a bit of it, but I didn't know all of it, and it's always good to learn more. But no, thank you very much for coming, both of you. Really pleasure having the chance to talk to you tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Was good fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was. It was good. Learn about more about the handball and everything else included. It's good. But no, I will be editing the content down. Don't worry, I'll take out all the naughty words that have been said, mostly by me. I'm Scouse and 16. Can't expect any more. I'll cut them all out and make sure it's a clean version for you. I might just add a bleep sound every time I swear. I might be getting for 5 minutes, but no, I do thank you very much, and thank you everyone for watching as well. We've peaked, I think, 6, 7, 8 viewers, so I do thank everyone for coming. I know it's a late one, I know it was a surprise one. It was last minute as well, so really good stuff. It's going out on all the social platforms as well, so tell your friends about it, and when I put the link out on Twitter, make sure you're retweeting it. Get these guys some love as well. Get them all to the Discord. But no, we thank you all very much for watching. And we will hope to see you on Friday at 10:30 GMT when we'll be going with another one. You won't find out who until tomorrow at the earliest, so you get to remain in surprise. If you're in Discord, I mean, it's only one of a couple of people, so take your guess. But no, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and we will see you in the next one. Goodbye now.